we are on the site of the castle.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Look at that. Absolutely fascinating. That's what you do. You buy these clothes that cost money and make a difference in it. But we never do that.
Never complains, gets up, gets on with a smile on his face.
You just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative. He dares dictate you the same old, every single day, without this. If you haven't seen it before, please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Stallone.
Hello. What do you think of that today? We should have had a penalty, another one that is. How that decision against Curtis Jones when he was upended and did a somersault. The goalkeeper. Come on. Why wasn't that a penalty? And why wasn't that fella, what's his bloody name, not sent off? When Jota was through, first half, and he was wrestled to the ground, he was the last man. He should have been sent off instead of a yellow card. I think it's absolutely disgraceful. I don't like that referee. As soon as I seen him, I went, oh no, because I don't know referees' names. I don't want to know them. And when I seen him, I went, no. And the fourth official as well, I went, no. Anfield Road. Hi everyone. What a great result. Absolutely, Anfield. Absolutely, mate. And James, only difference really was we were more deadly in the tears of the pitch. Jones looked at 100 million, yes. And he can keep that up, actually. He can keep that up because that's his potential. Not potential, that's the player he is. But sometimes he just goes missing sometimes, in games. And then he gets lambasted. The Anfield Road, these graphics are hilarious. What do you reckon? Thanks. The midnight says, up the Reds. Up the Reds. Simple as that. And Eds was like Rafa. Like a Rafa win that. Defensive, yes. And as Darryl says, hiya Darryl, Curtis Jones, wow. Absolutely. And Anfield Road. My talking points, Tosin should have been, Tosin, whatever the fucking name is, should have been sent off. If Saliba was sent off, he wasn't. Yeah. The ref was a joke. 8 minutes injury time, first half, second half, 7 minutes. What was that lad on? And that was a pen. Thank you. Thank you. And as Darryl said, why was Tosin not sent off? Joke, Saliba was yesterday. Exactly. All right, I'm going to bring on my guest here, who's with me. Got 2 of them now. I've got the sideline.
Oh, yeah. Big up, Frank. Big up, everyone. Up the Reds.
I'm good to see you, honestly. And I'm bringing on Shauno now. Nice. And this Shauno.
All right, guys.
Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's a day. No way. It was only the referee that spoiled the whole game.
Asshole.
That's as poor officiating as you're likely to see all year.
It's shocking.
Was fairly quick to hand out yellow cards. Wasn't quick enough to make decisions that should have been made. Tossin should have been sent off. Absolutely. Mo's penalty appeal, that should have been a penalty. Curtis, that should have been a penalty.
Yeah. But the other fella, wasn't it, Mo and Curtis? That, to me, that was a definite penalty on Curtis Jones. And when Mo went down, he was touched. And he lost his balance, and he never then took a diver in it. That's shocking, that.
I don't know what Sideline thinks about it, but I think if you're not going to give the penalty, you have to give a yellow card for simulation.
Exactly. Simulation. Yeah.
Well, that was a really bad reffing. Not the first time that we've seen that. Against Liverpool.
No.
Is that Gerrard flashing behind you, Sean? Gerrard.
That's a canvas of Steven Gerrard just above me. It's not the ghost of Steven Gerrard. It's just a canvas. It's just when I'm in this room, he just appears out of nowhere.
Well, if I had a choice, for a ghost, I wouldn't mind the ghost of Steven Gerrard. So it'll be a friendly ghost.
I'm going to go to a couple of talking points, and I'll start with you, Sean. Okay, if you don't mind. Just go down. Let me go down a little, and then I'll go straight to you, Sean. Okay, just let me finish on these. The Anfield Road says, my talking points, Tosin should have been sent off. If Saliba was sent off, he wasn't. The referee was a joke. 8 minutes injury time, first half. Second half, 7 minutes. What's that lad on? And that was a pen. Darryl says, why was Tosin sent off? A joke. Saliba was yesterday. Saliba, whatever his bloody name is. The Midnight say, agree about Jones getting the winner will do him no harm at all. And I'll just go to this and the next one down. Love Nunez's tenacity. Salah's hold-up play was amazing, but outstanding was Curtis today. Best I've seen him in a Liverpool shirt. Outstanding, close with Salah for Man of the Match award, but just Curtis. I think that's a cracking comment. And the last one will go, and it's Jay. Maradona was good when he was sent when he was off his meds. Messi was all right until a Tuesday night when he played the Reds. Oh, McAllister. That's what he said. All right, so I'm going to go to those talking points and, try and be a little precise on this one, Boys, I'm sorry about this. I'll go straight to you, Sean. My talking points, Tosin should have been sent off. If Saliba was, yesterday, Saliba, whatever his name, the ref was a joke. 8 minutes of injury time. First half, second half, 7 minutes. What was that lad on? And it was a pen. Go ahead, take that, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the Saliba sending off, to be honest with you. I was hungover to hell. So I'll be honest, I didn't see it. But I mean, I've said it all year, said it this season and last season, that the officiating has been inconsistent. I think since VAR, some of the officials think that they could kind of take the pedal off, or the foot off the pedal, and hope that VAR makes the decision for them. I think you've seen a major slip in the quality of officiating. And if this is the best league in the world, we need the officiating to also match that. But without a doubt, Tosin should have been sent off. I don't care if the player was drifting, on the wing a little bit. But I mean, that was a clear takedown. If he didn't make that tackle, he would have scored a goal. There's no two ways about it.
Yeah. What about you, Sides? What about that? What's Shawlow's just said? Would you agree?
Yeah, I put the man of the match here, right here beside me. If you can see him, that's Curtis Jones. Let me shut that off. So I saw Saliba's sent off. I watched the game. I was watching it, and it's almost like a freaking copy paste of what was the situation when Saliba went across the player. He knew that he couldn't get to the ball before the attacker from Bournemouth. I forgot the Bournemouth attacker, but anyway, he took him down. He was the last man, and it was a clear chance to score a goal. Copy paste, frickin' Tosin did that to Jota and landed on top of Jota, causing Jota's injury that we kind of a little bit forgot to talk about because it's so freaking obvious. It's a freaking red card, man. It's a red card. Okay, the ref didn't go for a red card. Where is VAR? They didn't even go to VAR for it.
No.
That just makes me like freaking angry. Okay, the ref made a mistake. Sure, he's a bad ref. He's a shitty one. We know that. Where is VAR? They didn't even look at it. That's what's mind-boggling for me, and it adds insult to injury. There were so many bad calls, man. Like bad calls. The one for Salah, there was a foul committed against Salah before he went inside the 18.
Yeah.
He didn't call that.
No.
So he didn't get an advantage. What the hell, man? The other guy, like the Chelsea player, I think it was Colwell, he was on the ground and he left his leg up high to kind of like trip Salah.
Yeah.
So, okay, if that's not a penalty, where's the foul just before it, man? Like just a second before it.
And the fact that even Jamie Carragher or Gary Neville said, oh, he's gone down very quickly there. He didn't go down at the first tackle.
No.
So how can you say that about Salah?
Yeah. It was shocking. It really was shocking decision. And I think with the Jones penalty, I think he was trying to redeem himself. That's in my opinion. Because he must have had second. Once he gave it, there was no going back. I'm talking about the first penalty. Salah scored.
Yeah.
And then when Jones went down, I think he was trying to redeem himself, by thinking, I shouldn't see that penalty there, so I won't give this one. That was more, if you look at any, it was more blatant. It was more blatant.
How you can go and say, he got the ball first, but if the follow through then takes the player out, it's a stone cold penalty. If that's anywhere, on the other or anywhere else on the pitch, it would be a free kick. So how that wasn't a penalty, I'll never know. How it wasn't a red card, I'll never know. For Sanchez, it was just really, really bad officiating. Really, really bad officiating.
Especially from VAR. The ref is shit. Sorry, excuse my language. VAR was really horrible.
Yeah.
Well, listen, the Midnight Soaker, I want you to talk about Jones, and I'll go straight to you, Side, on this. Agree about Jones getting the winner. We'll do him no harm at all. What did you think of Jones's display today?
If you want me to start, I can go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. She's just too angry, man, at VAR and the ref. Jones, man of the match. When I finished my stream, I was talking to my fellow friend Cash, who was your man of match. I said, for me, like maybe they would give it to Salah, but for me, it's Jones. The two penalties, the goal, the performance was really on par. Like even at the beginning, and I will confess, at the beginning of the season, I didn't expect a lot from Jones, and I didn't rate him high because of previous seasons. He would give us like a good game or two, and then would either drop off or get an injury, right? So we didn't see a consistent high or a good performance from Jones, right? But this game, oh wow, he amazed me from the beginning to the end. And when we were around the 70th minute, I was like, man, sub Soboslai, and shit, who did he sub? Sub Jones. I kind of didn't like that sub. I wanted Jones to stay because Jones was even better than Gravenberch. Gravenberch today was a little bit slow. He had good moments, but he was slow, and there was a big void in the midfield.
Yeah.
That's why you saw them multiple times on multiple occasions. They were running through the midfield. There was nobody. Multiple times. Neto had it twice, and Kunku had it once. Vega had it one, did it once. Cole Palmer twice through the middle, behind Gravenberch. So Gravenberch today, not the great performance that we've got used to, I guess, in the past few games. But Jones, wow, best player on the field today, man of the match, hands down.
Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant. And what did you think about Jones, Sean?
He was like a different player. Yeah, I thought he was man of the match, hands down. I really did. I thought he was involved in everything. He was getting into the box. He was causing a lot of trouble. I just thought he was absolutely on form, and when it's probably his best game for Liverpool in a long time. I was very happy, very, very happy, and definitely man of the match.
You know what? My mate Jay, he phoned me up about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes into the game, and he said, I don't like Joe. I said, hang on, he's playing well. He says, yeah, I know he is. He said, let me finish. He said, and he was going on and on and on, how good he was. And he said, more or less said, well, this is in his locker. I said, well, I've told you that all the time. It's in his locker. And he's only got to be more consistent. And if he's more consistent, the way Jones can, well, he should be, not can be. He should be. I think he's absolutely brilliant. And really, today proved it against a very hard Chelsea side, by the way. They were no mugs there today. They were no mugs. But, at that block, remember the block on Palmer?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, think about that. That was a certain goaler because Kelleher, he was out, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
And Jones came in and blocked the shot from that Palmer. Went to safety. But you see what I mean? This is like in Jones's locker. Sounds it.
I got my score prediction right, Frank.
Did you?
I did, yeah, 2-1.
Yeah, I had a 2-0 or 2-1.
I had 2-0.
Yeah, I had a 2-0, and I said it could be 2-1.
2-0. Yeah, I've got a show. Can I just show something, boys? It's about Zoe's place.
Oh, yes.
Please. And let me just take that thing down. Yeah, it's about Zoe's place. It's shocking the way, my political views and the politics in this country is absolutely useless. And they're allowing this. This is for kids. This is for little kids who we all love and protect and do anything to protect them. And I've given talks all over the place, and they say, listen, about a charity. Money's going to a charity. Will you name a charity? This is just before the talk. I say, yeah. And I just always say Zoe's place. You see what I mean? And we shouldn't depend on charities. I'm sorry, this is like a little bit political. We shouldn't depend on charities. And it's awful and says myself and Paul from proper. _T's have put these little belters together to try and raise some funds for Zoe's Place, Liverpool. All profits from the sale of these T-shirts will be transferred over to the fundraising page. And there's where it says, get yours at scoutsrepublic.com. I love that. Scoutsrepublic.com. I'll be buying a couple, to be honest. I'll be buying one for my little granddaughter as well. I'll be buying one for her. And I'll be putting this up, all the time on all the shows that I'll be doing. And let's see what we can do. If anyone will be buying any T-shirts. Zoe's Place.
I've ordered mine already, Frank.
Yeah, we've got to support these places because it's a hospice, for God's sake. It's a hospice.
Discussing how, even in our country, in Ireland, and I know we're getting a little bit political here, and I'll be very quick with my comment. A lot of the mental health organisations in Ireland are indeed, made up of volunteers. It's a charity, and our government do not help out in funding. They spent 9 million on a magnet pouch for mobile phones, so that if you have a kid, you can put it in the pouch so you can get them away from phones, because they think that that's affecting mental health, which is maybe part of it, but it's ridiculous. But governments aren't doing enough. Our own government not doing enough to help out with these organisations, these charities. Zoe's Place. Actually, I was nearly in tears just reading that, just how it's relied on, and how it could just be gone like that and displace all these kids that need it.
As you said, just like that.
I just don't know how they can allow that to happen.
Well, yeah, listen, I want you to discuss this because lots of people are going on about this. And it's what Anfield Ross says. Can we all have a chat about how poor Szoboszlai is? He was fuming at his agency and passing and general sloppiness again. He needs taken out of the lineup. I've got to say it. He fucks up progression in the team. And I'm going to use Sean on that, particular. It's hard hitting about one of our own players. I don't like criticising players, but it's everybody now. Even my mate Steve Evans, he texted me and said, during the game, he said about Szoboszlai, he said he's absolutely awful, and this is what's happening over there, Tom. So what's your take on that?
I think with the squad not having really all that much competition for places, I think that can then lead to complacency with some players. I think Szoboszlai has a lot of potential to be doing a whole lot better than what he is doing, and I do think he needs time on the bench to kind of reevaluate things and work on himself a little bit. Because I don't think he's been all that good, to be honest. And I don't know why that is. But I mean, I just thought, I saw him going into the box there tonight, or this evening, and it didn't, lift up his head once and just fell about the place. And I just thought, that's not something that you really need. So I agree to a certain degree. I agree with Anfield Roar. I wouldn't be as critical, but I.
So you reckon, with sitting on the bench, say for a game or two, and then being brought on to see, to liven them up, if you know what I mean. Listen, you'll be on the bench all the time if you don't put your ideas up. Just like Jones. Jones
Yeah.
was dropped, and he came on
Just
and look at him
just like
today.
Nunes.
Just like Darwin, and I think that. What's your take on that, by the way, Si?
Soboslai, Sobo. So, again, I'm gonna confess for the second time today. Oh my God, I love Soboslai. Right. So coming into this game, I wanted Soboslai to play, and I was like, oh damn, Jones is on the lineup. But game happened, game finished. I was like, wow, Jones played today. Damn, Soboslai today. So I flipped 180 degrees, to be honest. Like from the beginning to the end of the game, Soboslai seriously pissed me off today, more than any of the other previous games. Because a few things, I start looking at him when he is passing. It's too freaking casual.
Yeah.
It's too relaxed. Like he was trying to look beautiful. It just came out of my mouth. I wasn't even thinking it. I was like, why are you passing that way, man? Like you're just trying to be beautiful. I'm not criticizing him and say I love Soboslai, but when he plays poor, I'm gonna say Soboslai today. He played poor, and he's one of my favorite players. I was really happy that he came to Liverpool because I watched a lot of videos about him as he was, we were linked to him and he joined the club. So I was really excited. The talent is there, the skills are there, but this season he's bad. Put aside that he's in a position that he's not used to. He didn't play in, yeah, he's a 10, but it's the role itself, like the instructions that he has is different than what he has in Hungary or in previous seasons, with club. So the instructions are new to him. But look at how he is passing is just too casual, too relaxed for me. The game was so tense and it was so serious, and the 3 points were on the line. I expect a little bit more, commitment and be more convinced when you pass the ball and when you're in your runs too. I wasn't convinced that he was putting in effort, He was running, he was covering a lot of space, but just too relaxed, man, too casual. A lot of bad passes.
No, I think that's a fair comment because, as one of the lads, the Theodore says, I'd like you to chat about him. And he is. I myself like Szoboszlai. Now, don't forget, he came into a side that plays heavy metal, rock and roll type football. But today, we're more patient. And it was getting on my nerves in the first half hour because we just seemed to be passing sideways and backwards, and the odd through ball that was going forwards. And I thought, what are we doing here? Until the penalty came along, But anyway, that's me. And Szoboszlai, yeah, I totally agree with you. I totally agree. But what about this one? Nunes was amazing as soon as he came on. Side.
Nunes kind of makes me laugh. When I watch him, he does make me laugh. He did have a few comedy moments, and one of them I really applaud him for it. When what's his name? Vega was kind of like harassing Salah, and Nunes just freaking ran from wherever he was, and he kind of separated them, and he pushed Salah away, so he stopped harassing Salah. Nunes, I call him Captain Chaos. Like at least in my stream, we call him Captain Chaos. You don't know what you're gonna get, and sometimes we do need that. We do need some chaos. Like if the game gonna go freaking deadlock, right? And you need some change coming off the bench. Elliot was the biggest sub for us that do changes that changes the game off the bench. And I believe now Nunes has kind of taken that role. Whenever he comes on, chaos happens. Now, did he do great? Not really. As a striker, I expect a goal, an assist, a big chance. I didn't even see a big chance from him, right?
No.
Didn't see I don't recall a shot even from him, right?
No.
But he did move, he did pressure, he did came back, he did convince me that his passion it was in the field, and he did his best.
I tell you, when Jay, he was talking to me, and he came out with a great comment actually, and he said the way we were getting bullied by them, he's come on and he's starting to bully them, and he did. So what's your take there, Sean, on
I think once I'll have to disagree with Sideline. The reason why he's Captain Chaos is he's running around like a headless chicken and going offside all the time, and he doesn't look like he knows what the hell he's doing. He's just like, he's in this position, and the opposition are like, what's he doing here? So of course that will cause chaos. And I'm not like 100% sure that he does it intentionally. I don't think he puts himself in the right positions. I don't think he communicates with the players. When Jota came off and he came on, I was like, I want to see Núñez do well, but I just don't think he has enough time left at the club to do that.
I agree with that, man. It's his nature. I think the chaos part, it's not intentional. That's why I say I laugh. He makes me laugh. And I hear you. As I said, like it's not a great performance from him, because as a striker, I expect a goal, a shot, a chance, an assist. To be honest, I don't think we're going to see a lot from Núñez in that department, in goals and assists.
Did we even have a shot from him? I don't even.
I don't
remember.
think so. I don't recall any shot for him. So,
I mean, the fact that he came on in the 30th minute, he would have had,
exactly
a lot of opportunity to do that. And if you're not getting, deep in their box and making a nuisance of yourself and sticking a head to it, sticking a foot to it, there's something seriously wrong. Something seriously wrong. My patience is running a little bit thin with him, to be honest with you.
Well, Jay says Gapco Sabozo off the pace today caused us problems. That was the problems.
Yeah.
Jay plays football, and he's done his hamstringing. And he's done his hamstringing, unfortunately. And he's out for 6 weeks. He's out for 6 weeks. And he's 40 odd. Plays for the under 35s.
I'm surprised Liverpool didn't sign for him.
Exactly. Scores loads as well. But anyway, as he says there, Gapco Sabozlai off the pace today caused problems, and that caused problems because he's right. It's only what you lads were saying. And the Anfield also, Jota is more than likely injured now, as well as Tosin landed on him, probably breaking. I thought that myself, to be honest.
It was nasty.
Now, Jota doesn't go down easily, does he? Unless he's injured. Because he's a tough little player, is Jota. And Paul Baker's even a Franklin Boys back in Blighty now. If that's not a pen on Jones by goalkeeper, I give up. Here you go. Everybody's saying.
It's like we have to go back to the very basics of the game to understand the rules, because, I mean, I don't know how. If you say, right, he gets the ball first, that's fine if he gets the ball first. But if the follow-through then floors the player, that doesn't make up. That doesn't.
Exactly.
I mean, you can't turn around and say, oh, but he got the ball first after nearly decapitating him, nearly having him land on his head. It's a stone wall penalty. A stone wall penalty. You cannot do that.
But yeah, it is a very good point. Let me just say, let's just say to the Red Jew, I had Red Jew and made up you joined us, and you too lead a whiz kid. I haven't seen you for a while, Lee, and people have been asking where you are. and someone snitched on you and said, "Oh, I seen him on some other pod the other night." Yeah, see. So you're being watched. Where am I? Where am I? 6, you know, and CIA rolls into one. So behave yourself and come on more. Anyway, I want you to. I'd really like you to come on comment on this, Sean, on your side. And it's a cracking. I think it's a cracking little thing. Great for Curtis today, but he needs to get game time, and we can't guarantee that, unfortunately, Sean.
Yeah, I mean that's. I'm getting a bit of an echo there. I don't know where that's coming from. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That's. I mean, we can't guarantee it, but the same way as most good sides, they can't guarantee, or they shouldn't be able to guarantee first team football. There should be more competition in places, and it just so happens that with the way things are with our midfield, McAllister, Gravenberch and Szoboszlai, it's going to be difficult for him to get in. But yeah, I mean, like he needs to obviously take his opportunities when he does get on, whether that's coming off the bench. I think he's really going to put up to slot whether he should be selected for the Arsenal game.
Yeah. Well, I just had a text through there, and it said Jota's got 2 broken ribs, so he's going to be out for a while. That's going to
be a month at least.
Yeah, I think longer myself. I think about 6 weeks.
It's a minimum month. Yeah.
And so that was the. So what's your take on what Paul Burke says there, side? Great for Curtis today, but he needs to get game time, and we can't guarantee that, unfortunately.
Well, if it was up to me, and it's not, but if it was up to me, I would put Szoboszlai on the bench for the next game and give more minutes to Jones. He's showing us good performance. He's on form. And he's not holding back, so why not? We should give him more minutes. And if he's on form and Szoboszlai is not, maybe Szoboszlai needs to sit, warm up the bench a little bit and think about his performances and think about the casual way of passing the ball around, and always putting these weak, poor passes, not even power,
Yeah. Okay. I just want to. I think this is Reggie says, and he's answering someone, and I think he's spot on there. I don't care how we get it all. I care about us points. All I care about is points. And what do points mean? Trophies. It's as simple as that. So, what did you think of that Micah Richards saying, I think Liverpool now are title challengers?
I wouldn't really listen to anything that he has to say, to be honest with you.
Clown.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right. Clown. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I have to say something, guys. Like, these guys go on about, no room for racism and all of that. And a lot of them have been complaining about the nationality of Thomas Tuchel,
Yeah.
So it's just so
there's the hypocrisy every time. Hypocrisy.
It's just, yeah. I'm so sickened by it.
These are the nationalists, though. You do have a lot of nationalists supporting England, by the way, and they're horrible. And someone said to me, they didn't know that I support the Azori, and they said to me, why don't you support England? I said, do you want me to stand next to someone waving a Union Jack, the person waving a Union Jack, and then following me, he'll be at Anfield or his own ground, chanting songs about Liverpool and Hillsborough? Do you want me And in your Liverpool slums, do you want me to be supporting England? Well, those horrible peace.
Yeah, but it's. I mean, like for Carragher to even get involved in that conversation and
It's
to
dumb.
say it's
Stupid.
absolutely disgusting. The fact that we couldn't get our who that do you think you are? I mean, you're going on past glories of 1966. That's gone long ago. I
Yeah.
mean, Southgate did. I mean, Saka and the likes of those young lads that missed a penalty. When they missed a penalty, the dogs abuse that they got for it,
Mhm.
and the racist abuse that they got for it. So for anyone on Sky Sports or anyone else to go on about the nationality of Thomas Tuchel, I bet they'd be kissing up to him if they win a World Cup with him.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah. Well, that's the
know?
that's the hypocrisy.
They
Unfortunately,
did the same. They did the same with poor Sven. God rest his soul. And I I'm not like I don't like international football, to be honest with you guys. But I just thought, anything that comes out of Mikel, anything that comes out of Mikel Richards, I couldn't care. I mean, he's funny, but stupid funny.
It's funny that Frank saying that he supports the Azuri. Actually, a friend of mine is sent me a message and said, "I want to get you a gift. So what would you like?" I said, "You know what? I have so many Liverpool shirts. If you're gonna get me a jersey, give me Italy." So because I support the Azuri, kinda, you know. But one thing about the English and the English team or England and the nationality of the coach. Can you tell me when was the last time that an English coach, not a British English coach, won the Premier League?
Is this one of your questions on the quiz? Because I'm going to absolutely.
It was. It was. And I'm not
No,
going to give the answer, so I'll let you research that. So there you go.
no, I'm not interested in being honest,
Well,
because as I said,
yeah,
I don't support
yeah.
England. I just don't. I just don't support England. And I've got my reasons for not supporting them.
I hear you, man.
I can't support a national team that the establishment, and they're all little waving their Union Jacks, that declined Liverpool. They want to manage decline Liverpool. How can you support that lot? You've got arsehole scumbags from all around the country coming up chanting, to us. They chant to us. They've never been to Liverpool. They've never been through Liverpool. If you know what I mean. It's talking about in your Liverpool slums. Are they having a fucking joke?
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not even just about the chance. I mean, you could go. I mean, you've been a historian, Frank, no better person to list off how the British have absolutely turned a blind eye on the city of Liverpool and the people of Liverpool, and I mean, this is years and years and years of it, even way before Hillsborough. So,
yeah.
I don't know how anyone could even question and still question why they booed the national anthem.
Yeah, and that's why. That's one of the reasons why. So they just turned their backs on us. And as I said during the 80s, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm not really, but I know, it's football, to be honest. And during the 80s with Thatcher and, the managed decline by a government think about it, a UK city, and they turn around and say, okay, tell you what, let's manage decline Liverpool. That was shocking. That's treacherous to the people of Liverpool. And then you had a Theresa Gorman in 1992 who said, let's build a wall around Liverpool and show future generations how people used to live. They wanted to build a fucking wall around us. That's my city they're talking about. That's my people they're talking about. Anyway, I've just said that now and that. And so if anyone asks me why I don't support fucking England, that's it.
There you go.
There you go. Absolutely.
I'll stick with my Azuri, Spain, and Argentina.
Yeah, give Argentina and back to Spain. I've always said that. What the fuck are we doing in the likes of
Falkland Island? Yeah.
What is it? What's that all about? And what are we doing down in the South Atlantic at the Falklands? Fuck's sake. They belong to Argentina. Do not cry for me, Argentina. Just got to throw it. Well, yeah. Brian says here, he's got the two here. Good evening, fathers, Frank and Sean, and all the lads. Was watching you this. I'm getting blessed left, right. I was watching.
We need a blessing for Father Frank. He went off a bit there.
Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? I haven't got my dog collar on today. Anyway, I was watching you this morning about 2:30 on YouTube. It was the English, not Scouse one. It was really good. That I'm happy, lads, but worried about how poor Szoboszlai is playing. See, everybody's going on about it. He looks like he has just came out of the boozer. Doesn't know where he is. Very, very slow. Yes, he did make one great block, to be fair, but he isn't performing. So you see how they're all going on. And the Red Jew. Me, Jeffo, going to get a couple of T-shirts. It's fantastic things. Scouts Republic are doing for Zoe's place. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we are a republic. Don't forget that.
You're part of Ireland. Will you go on out with that?
What?
You're part of Ireland.
Oh, of course. And Ireland's a part of us, don't forget.
Absolutely.
We've got a church here named St. Patrick's. We've got a, I don't know whether it's still there or what. Holy Cross, it's where St. Patrick landed with his little staff. And they built a church. It's only not far from where I grew up.
Well, I think St. Patrick needs to come over to Ireland because there's a few snakes that are after coming back now. And we need to banish them.
I just send the size over here, get rid of them snakes. Right, okay. Let's see this. The Anfield Road, James, is disgusting, isn't it? This country made 75 billion in arms sales, and yet no one is invested into people's needs. Brilliant, brilliant. And I read yesterday we're giving up our steel manufacturing too. Yes. Yes, and have a guess who we're giving us up to? America. Not the Chinese, because
not the Chinese. Wow.
No, not the Chinese. Oh, they hate the Chinese, don't they? They hate the Chinese. But anyway, so listen, lads. Think about this. Yeah, look, let's just see this. And it's about a person who's going to. Mark Simons. Chiesa gets man of the match for me. Just ghosts past defenders. That's the humour, isn't it? That's the humour.
If he gets past the medic table, I'll give him man of the match.
That's how he ghosted past them straight onto the pitch, and he was just ghosting past everyone.
That's the transfer that I'm really back and forth on. At the beginning, I didn't like it. Then I liked it. And now I'm hating it.
Yeah, it's me that I'm being honest. It's me.
You cannot talk about good business if the player is not fit. Yeah, you just can't. You can say, "Oh well, that money came out slanky." It may have, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you then spending that money on an injured player is good business. It's not.
Okay, the reason why I laughed is we bought an electrical pot you know, and it's it's a 12-1 whatever, and it costs us around 250 Canadian dollars, so 150 pounds maybe, right? And we totally forgot about it. We put it in a corner in the basement, and a year later I found it. I was like, oh shit, man, I spent so much money for this. We never used it. It's still in the box. So I got it out, you know, plug it in, try to use it. It's not working. And it's a year after our purchase. So no warranty.
Oh, there you go. There you go. You might as
Chiesa
well
so
call
far.
out Chiesa.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a very good point here. There's a very, not that one, was it? Did you forget Frank as a Jedi planter in MI6?
Use the force.
That'd be the force, absolutely. Yeah, look, it's Callum and what he says. In my opinion, Jota's last two injuries aren't the prone ones. They've been impact and unlucky, and he's spot on there.
Yeah, facts. It was a nasty landing, man. And right away I called for it. Like, I think he's going to be subbed off. Nunes came out, then he went back. Then he came out again in the 30th minute. I think he fell on the 20th, around the 20th minute. That incident when it happened for the supposedly red card. So it was a big impact. Poor guy. He's going to be out for at least a month minimum.
Yeah, I think 6 weeks to be it. Not to, you know.
Could be. It could be.
Like I had something wrong with my ribs once, and I was clattered into, and it was shocking. It was couldn't breathe, couldn't do anything. To be honest, and it was like Robertson. Remember when he dislocated his shoulder, and he was out for yonks, if you know what I mean. The quickest healer on the shoulder after it being broken was Samikas. Remember, he broke his shoulder
shortly after
Robertson. Yeah.
Yep.
No, yeah, there's something there, and it's Jay. He said, if you look again at the penalty, Jones puts the ball through the keeper's legs, gets clattered, does a cartwheel. Well, it was a somersault, wasn't it, really? And the ball skims the keeper's calf. Keepers, no eyes on the ball with them closed. So he had his eyes closed, waiting for the clatter. So he wasn't looking at the ball. He was looking at him. He was. And Jones did put the ball through his legs, by the way. And he was clattered because he was just jumped over him. Just did it in. Waiting impact, and that's what he's saying. The goalkeeper was already waiting the impact. That's why he had his eyes closed. So you can take what you like from that. And to me, it was a penalty.
Penalty all day. I was watching the game on BN Sport. All the pundits agreed that it was a penalty. And even before Sanchez, leading to that situation, what was his name? Was it Tosin again, or was it Colwell? Can't remember if it was Tosin or Colwell. He had his hand behind. I think it was maybe Colwell. Yeah, he had his hand on the back of Jones, and he actually pushed him. It was not the biggest push, but that push caused him to collide with Sanchez and freaking do that, acrobatic somersault or whatever, right? So it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Whether you look at it from any angle from Sanchez, leading to that, it was already a penalty.
Yeah. Yeah. And as Callum says, Salah, the one season wonder, right? Throwing that in there. Is a 15 away from Thierry Henry, the best Prem player ever. And people say Hazard is better than absolute jokers who think Hazard is better.
Rubbish.
That's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And look at the, for Jones's winner, that ball again. Look at his penalty. And you see all the gamesmanship, by the way. Does anybody notice the gamesmanship by Chelsea before he took the penalty?
Dreadful. They should. Both Jackson and Sanchez should have been given a yellow card for that. Carry on. I know Jackson was, but definitely Sanchez should have been as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was so many yellow cards, man. Caicedo should have got a yellow card as well. Caicedo has actually committed 2 fouls, and each one of them is a yellow card. He didn't even get a yellow card.
We dodged the bullet. I'll tell you that.
Oh my God. Okay, so leading to the game. Oh yeah, yesterday I can't remember which stream I was talking and chatting and whatever. And I said, it's a 2-0, 2-1. It's one of the two. But for whatever reason, I had this thought in my head. I swear to God, since yesterday, and I said it at the beginning of my stream today. I see a red card for Chelsea.
If the officiating was good or somewhat decent, there would have been a red card. There would have been at least 2 red cards, in my opinion.
It would have led to 2 cards. Well, one of them was Caicedo, man. The Caicedo committed like so many fouls. 2 of them at least. 2 of them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a Pep now.
Does anybody expect that? Does anybody today? Because I did. Does anybody expect, Chelsea not to play like open end, end-to-end football or whatever? But does you expect them to be as physical? As physical, that's the only terminology I can use. And also downright, they were play acting, weren't they? And again, the gamesmanship. Because I expected that. They wanted to show that, that they're like coming up and coming back and they're going to be title challenges or whatever. But they're not a bad side. With their new manager, that's why they won 3 games on the bounce. But they come unstuck today. And should have been 4-1, never mind 2-1. We should have been out and clear. Absolutely.
But there should have been 2 more penalties.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Should have been 2 more penalties.
Should have been 2 more penalties. And I mean, if you had like the
Trent one,
that would have opened up the game completely, and then you would have probably had more goals without a doubt.
Well, Callum, he when he says Salah the 1 season wonder, we knew what you meant, because he was being called up the 1 season wonder. He was at the beginning of his career at Liverpool. After the first season, I was a 1 season wonder. And he does say, like, I wasn't calling Salah. Still goes around, still mocking that 1 season wonder statement, just to clarify. Of course we knew. We didn't have to explain. Honestly, you just didn't need to explain. Mo's best game of the season was today. I thought, lads, was great away to United, but had Chelsea bricking it all day long. Absolutely. Yeah, look, and I was going to mention this, actually. The handball very early on.
It was outside, though, but it was a handball. It was outside.
But it was a handball. Should have been given.
Yep.
100%. And that was the beginning. That was at the start of the game.
Yep.
You see, I think the real issue now that we have in the Premier League is the PGMOL will do this copy and paste statement, and they'll go on about the rules, and then you'll have your man, I can't think of his name, who's the head of that former referee, and he'll excuse the behaviour and the referee's decisions and whatever. There is no accountability for the decisions that have been made in the poor officiating. When there is accountability, then you'll see an improvement, I think.
Yeah.
It's policing police.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely.
It's the police policing police. they are, judging themselves, and for sure they're not gonna down themselves, right? But anyway, I only have two things I want to say about the game, and I have to go.
Oh,
Yeah,
go
sorry,
ahead.
man.
No. Go ahead, say
Yeah,
sides.
two things. So, Maresca is not a bad coach, actually, very
No.
decent coach.
Yeah.
But he had a big headache today, and he was stuck on it the whole game. And thank God he was stuck on that, which is their left wing. That's our right wing. So our right wing, we had Salah and Trent. Trent, by the way, had an amazing game today. And the reason why, Bariska threw four people on that wing. So he started with Gusto and Sanchez. Didn't work. So he Sancho, uh, replaced Sanchez with Nkunku. Didn't work. I said, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, he put in Neto on it first. Then he moved Neto to the other wing, brought in Nkunku to try something. So that's three players so far, right? And the fourth one, okay, Ghost is not doing it. Let me throw Vega on it, and still didn't work. So he was stuck on that left wing. He tried to keep knocking on that left side, their left side, our right wing, and they couldn't get anything out of that side. So big up to
No.
Trent. Trent had a phenomenal game, by the way.
Yeah.
It might be a little bit overshadowed by what Jones did, and maybe second place is Salah. I would say Salah and Trent, they had a really good game today as well.
So did Virgil and Canetti, to be honest. So all the focus now is on the likes of Mo and the likes of the injury to Jota, unfortunately, as well. The certain penalties that we should have had, two more. So all the focus is on that, and obviously for the Curtis Jones as well. And then Szoboszlai, and I think it's a shame that the focus is on Szoboszlai, but maybe, just maybe, he should be livening up, if you know what I mean, for the next games, or as Sean said, he should be dropped, he should be benched. And a few other people have said that, to be honest. He should be benched. And let's see what he can do, and he, gets a full game again, if that's livens him up. Callum says, Mo's a proper big game player, loves the big occasion. Honestly, as his Liverpool career has gone, he's now scoring against bigger sides than the lower sides. Would you agree with that?
There was a time when he was accused of not scoring against the bigger sides and scoring against so people have short-term memories. I think
exactly.
You can't say anything bad about Mo and his performance and his career at Liverpool. Obviously, he had a horrific one at Chelsea, but he wouldn't have been the only one that fell at Chelsea. But I mean, he's just shown. He's been robbed of the Ballon d'Or several times.
Yeah, how hasn't he won it? How has that man never won the Ballon d'Or?
Because it's a fix. It's a fix.
So check this out. I actually posted that on Twitter a week ago, October 18th, 2 days ago. So against Man City, 11 goals and 5 assists for Salah in the Premier League, not in EFL or whatever. So against City, 11 goals, 5 assists. Against Man United, 15 goals, 6 assists. Okay, again, that's big. Spurs, 12 goals, 2 assists. Okay, Chelsea, that's before today's game, 7 goals, 3 assists. So now it's 8 goals against Chelsea, 4 assists. Against Arsenal, 10 goals and 4 assists. I'm not big on stats, but I like to check some of the stats because I like to watch the game with my eyes, right? Later on, you can check in stats and whatnot, but goals and assists, these are facts. I don't call them stats. I call them facts.
Facts, yeah.
Right? So hold that, whoever is saying that Salah does not perform against freaking big teams. Those are the big six, the big five, right? So how many more goals and assists you want the guy to score,
Exactly.
right? Almost double digits across, or it's double digits across, like all the five. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for having me. I gotta go because I've been sitting on this chair for the past 3.5 hours now.
Salute anyway. So, the link's always there for you. Okay.
Thank you
It's
so much.
always there.
Appreciate
Okay.
it.
Thanks very much for coming on, making an appearance, and giving wonderful comments as usual. Thank you.
See you, Si.
Thank you. Well, big up Frank, big up Sean. Please like and subscribe, guys. Everyone, like and subscribe. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Top guy.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't he? Like these lads on here. It's like here, man. Go on.
No, I'm just saying that they're the best on this chat. Absolutely the best. Some top people.
Because they're genuine.
Exactly.
It's what you have. The genuine lads, genuine Liverpool supporters, which is great for us, if you know what I mean. And
Absolutely.
the comments, that's why I get through so many comments as possible, because they know what the bloody well talking about.
Yeah. No egos or anything like that.
It's just like what Ian Mack there. Mo was brilliant today. Some of his older play was fantastic. Tracking back as well to help Trent. Superb.
Yeah. Trent, he a few great passes and a few good through balls. I thought he was slightly dodgy in defence. And I know that's going to play to, a lot of people saying that he's not a good right back, which is not what I'm saying. I just felt he was slightly dodgy in defence there today in some parts of the play of the game. But all in all,
do you think that, okay, you're the manager, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're the manager. You're picking your side to play against anybody, whether it's in the Champions League, whether it's Manchester City, against Manchester City, like Chelsea today, or any of them, even against Brentford or whoever. Would you leave Mo Salah out?
No.
No one would leave him out.
No.
Mo Salah is a phenomenon. He really is. He's a phenomenon.
And I in saying that, because I can see Callum's comment, I wouldn't leave Trent out either.
No,
Trent.
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't leave Trent out.
No.
It'll be very hard to leave Trent out.
Yeah.
The only, I'm not like saying this, but the only positions, in my opinion, that, is a little bit dodgy and leaving people out and, putting people in is midfield.
Yeah.
We can't say, we've got a back four there that's solid. That's solid. We have forwards that you can bring anybody on. There's poor Diogo, injured, 2 broken ribs through no fault of his own, by the way. And also, we bring on, finally, when he goes off, Darwin Núñez. And Darwin Núñez, no matter what people say, he started bullying them. He did. He started bullying them. They didn't know what to do with him. And that's why he was brought on, but he plays well when he did come on.
The only thing I worry about is, obviously he's going to be now playing up front with us. So this is his opportunity now to shine while Jota is injured, I don't know how that's going to throw the team out of sync, because they used to have a Jota, but we'll soon find out.
Excuse me. Callum says Trent can't defend is a myth. Neto done him once. but he marked Sancho out all day, which he did.
Mm.
Which he did. I'm going to be honest here. I've got to confess, right? I couldn't watch that 7 minutes. Injury time.
I don't blame you.
I was like,
Don't
that's
blame
scary. I said to Jay, I said, I can't watch this, mate. I just can't. You know what I mean? Because they didn't deserve anything out of this game for all the antics that they were showing. They didn't deserve nothing. They didn't deserve nothing at all. And I was
I think if... Sorry, Frank.
No, go on.
I think if I was Chelsea coach, I'd be like, I'd be going through them like a shortcut. You know, I'd be saying, what sort of... I mean, you need to play a lot better than that. You need to hold yourself with some dignity rather than that play acting. You know, you see it at United as well. It's disgusting. But yeah, they didn't deserve anything out of that game at all. And I'm delighted. What I would have loved if the referee had got it right at least once or twice.
Yeah.
If another penalty had been given, and a red card had been given to them.
Yeah, absolutely. And but that's, you know, we can't even say, oh, that's football, you know, whatever, because I think it's just, I think it was cheap. I really think it was cheating. I really do. And I don't know why it's always against Liverpool. This VAR and these bad refs, bad decisions all the time against us. And Christopher says Mo Salah is one of the best players ever to play for Liverpool. Absolutely, Christopher.
Yeah.
Absolutely, mate. And Max totally agrees with him.
Yeah, amazing player.
Yeah. I just think that, you know, as I said, you know, people agree with I think everyone is agreeing with everybody else today. Normally, we don't have anyone agreeing. You know, they have different opinions, which is fine. And this fucking thing keeps going everywhere. I hate
SPN's video.
Go on.
What? Callum says the title of SPN's video is "The Better Team Lost Today." What?
Chelsea
are the better team.
The better team. Oh, that's shocking. We just agreed that they didn't deserve anything out of the game. Unless that last 7 minutes that I missed. You know. Well, there you go. I think it's because it's London based anyway, you know. That's why they're coming out with that stupid title. And the Red Juice says, Sean, oh, don't worry, because everything will be all right. IBR. Even in Franco and Seanino.
I might get that printed on me back, I think. Oh, that's funny.
That's cracking that. And Brian says, lads, I know that we don't want to be beaten by anyone, but do you think Arne could rest a good few players for the European Cup matches? You know, rest for the some European Cup matches, because we will get through, even as, yeah. This is the problem. This is why we wanted to buy some players in the summer. And we brought in, I've always said, I'll say it again, Brian, we brought in Chiesa as an appeasement for the fans because we didn't buy anybody. And I still say that to this day. Always say it, an appeasement. And to be honest, even January's looking dodgy to me to go into the market.
We're not going to sign anyone in January. We never do, or we hardly ever do.
I'm with you, Frank. I couldn't watch the last 7 minutes. Extra got a look after me. Same as me. Me and you, too. I said to not Jason, I said to Jay, MNX, I said, Jay, I can't watch the last 7 minutes. I said, just phone me when the game's over. And he did. Phone me. It's over now. We won, so absolutely delighted. The NGC, hang on, where did he say? If Harvey was fit, I think Slot will play him over Szoboszlai, but unfortunately, Slot hasn't got many options.
Yeah.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. And this is what, that you know that when you were Red Bird, you know what I was saying, that we needed a DM. We need at least 2 players in the summer. That was a DM, and I still say we want a DM. And also a left-sided centre-back.
I'll tell you, we will need more next summer if we don't sort out those contracts.
And they're the spine of the club. Oh, blimey.
Honest to God. I mean, that's going to be shocking. That's going to be shocking. And I mean, you will see, and I've said this last week, FSG will put down the long finger and they will drag that out for as long and as often as they can. It's a mess.
And Brian says SPN, officials, Arsenal, City, everyone. So he's bringing the lot in. Even what the ESPN, said the best team lost. Officials, obviously the officials of VAR and the referees, Arsenal, City, everyone. It's all because they are starting to feel like it's going to be 2020 all over again. That's a good point, that actually. And the Red Juice says, Frank, who's this Chiesa boy? Exactly. He speaks good English, though. That's all I can say. I don't know about him bloody playing.
He's just happy to be there. He's happy to be there.
Yeah. I'll show him around Liverpool. I'll give him some history to talk about if he wants. That's all he can talk about. He can't talk about football because he's never fucking played.
I was nearly late with me blessing. Oh, gee.
The IBR says Chelsea had 58% possession, but that could possession in their own half. And I think we were holding back, conserve energy, especially after so many players being away on international duty. Great point.
Yeah.
Isn't that a great point?
That is a great point. And I mean, I think, you always have that fear in you that straight after an international, you will have lost momentum. And what are the players going to be like? Are they going to be, lethargic? So, I mean, it's just good the fact that we've just got a win in a win under our belt, 3 points, and there you go.
Yeah. Can I just ask the people out there, if you join us and you haven't subscribed, can you just subscribe to the channel, please, and get the little algorithm up, and also press a few likes for us. Thank you. That's all I ask. For these great people on here, the chat, and everybody else, comments if you want as well, if you've just joined us, and your comments will be read out. You can call me for everything. You can call Sean for everything. Call the chat for everything. Honestly, you'll get called out, though. So just, please. That's a great point by Abby Stella, though. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And don't forget, we had more shots on target. Not more shots on target. We had more shots. Yeah, more shots on target during that game. They only had 2 on target, by the way.
Was any of them by Nunes? I don't think so.
No.
You know.
No, not at all. We're going to need a Costas Robbo upgrade as well.
Yeah.
Wow. That's saying something, you know. That's saying something, you know. Sean, did you forget FSG?
Oh, they did, yeah.
Oh. Turn this off. Oh, blimey.
Put them on a timeout.
Jeez. The lads Harold says, we need another 8 Sabozlai just isn't good. Another 8 Sabozlai just isn't good. I thought you was going to say another 8 players.
Well,
you get one, but I know what you're saying. And that's, Harold doesn't really criticise players either, but everybody seems, to say, well, listen, Dominic, you're just not good enough, or, if it is in you, you'll have to start showing it. And if it's one way or the other. And looking at, I love his president of his country, Viktor Orban. That's the only thing I like about Slob at the moment. Is president of Hungary. I do think we can win the league, says Callum. Why can't we? We've best CBs than Arsenal and better attack than Arsenal and City. Think about that, what he's just said there, Callum. That's incredible.
I think it's far too early to say, I haven't walked the dogs. I'd be
I mean, no.
I think, we have a good squad. The problem with the squad is that if we have any injuries, we're in trouble. And I think that's starting. I think, obviously with McAllister, he came on. That was good to see. Szoboszlai not playing all that well. Jota is injured now, possibly for 6 weeks or so. Alisson's injured. We've got Kelleher, which is great. But, if we pick up 1 or 2 more injuries, our squad's going to be really tested. Where the likes of Arsenal, the likes of City, if they have an injury, they'll still manage to do it,
Yeah. I don't know what this is. Brian says, was watching No Ordinary Joe the other day, and there appeared on the big screen my favourite ever team group photo from 1984, the Gold Cannon League, Milk Cup, European Cup, and Joe's manager of the year. Now, he carries on by saying, don't know why Craig Johnson wasn't in it. Probably went back to Australia, maybe, but I don't know. Suey left after that season. That was that was your best photo, lads. I haven't seen the one with the Premier League in 2020. Craig Johnson, he went back to Australia to look after his sister, who wasn't too good, actually. As soon as he stopped playing football in the country, just went back to Australia. And he signed those, it was a Predator boots.
Predator, yeah.
So that's why. And Callum, Jason says, Arsenal are a wounded animal. We beat them. If we beat them, we're in business. Oh, yeah, we play them next, don't we?
Yeah.
And we're playing yeah, we're playing Wednesday as well.
Let's have a look at the fixture.
Well, Callum says, if you look at our bench today and Arsenal's yesterday, it really shows our depth isn't as bad as Arsenal's depth. Good point.
It's not about the depth, though. It's about the quality of it. So, you know, is the quality there on our bench?
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't care what anyone says, we need a defensive midfielder. We really do. If Gravenberg gets injured, can't play him week in, week out. He'll be exhausted. Not only that, he will get injured at some point. He will get injured. Anyway, Saliba not playing next week will get exposed by our attack, says Callum. I hope so. Daryl says we can win the league. Why not? City weaker. No Rodri. Arsenal injury riddled. We need a few in January. We can do it. That's what Daryl says. Brian, Joe was a great guy for real. He was. Of course he was. Agree, the number 6 and Elliot back will do wonders, says Callum. And Arsenal lack depth, says IBR, in attack as an injury to Saka and Jesus. And they're struggling. They're struggling. So what do you think of that? You know, playing Arsenal next week. And with these players missing too. But don't forget, we won't have Jota. It depends on who Slot. I think Slot likes to play his best 11, you know, all the time.
Yeah. I mean, we've got the RB Leipzig on Wednesday. And then, when is it? But the good thing is it's not 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. It's a 4:30 kickoff on Sunday. So, I mean,
it's that next Sunday a game we're playing, yeah.
Yeah.
Another 4:30, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see what sort of team he lines up against Leipzig. That'll be interesting. I don't think he has many options in terms of replacing Jota. It's going to be obviously Nunes. So,
well, that's it, isn't it? You know, as the IBR says, you know, Arsenal lack depth in attack. So, but I think everybody lacks something or other. And with Rodri out, Rodri's a great player for City. He owns that. It's like Virgil. Remember when Virgil was injured?
Oh, we missed him.
Not half, and they miss him, I'm telling you now.
We were very lucky to get 3 points today, I'll tell you that for nothing.
Darryl says, just realise, Brian, I called you love. It's all right.
Whatever floats your boat, you know.
Yeah, absolutely, Darryl. You'll be all right.
You have my blessing.
He'll come around to you and give you a cuddle. And Callum says, Saka beat Arsenal a bit too much and showed it yesterday. There you go. Yeah. We can't wait until January for reinforcements. We have to go. We have to kick on now.
Well, we're not going to get reinforcements because the window's not open. But I don't think we're going to even get reinforcements in January.
And it's a shame there,
don't
that
think-
Stones today, scored in the 98th minute, the last of it.
Oh,
It's a
and there's
shame.
big question marks over that as well. Big
Yeah.
question marks over it. But I mean, look, the officiating I think is so poor. I mean, Man City are going around with the World Cup winners badge, which Liverpool weren't allowed wear. And it's
Yeah, they weren't, were they?
no,
That was shocking.
just absolute hypocrisy at its
Absolutely.
best. So, Kwanzaa. That's a good point there, Callum. The way I'm calling you, Callum.
My 11 Wednesday: Keller, Trent, Kwanzaa, Konate, Samikas, Endo, Jones, Szoboszlai, Diaz, Nunes, Salah. Don't risk Ryan or Verge. We can always win without them. That's a good shout. But,
That's a very good shout.
we can't always win without the big Verge. And Ryan Gravenberg is playing very, very good, isn't he?
The only thing I would say about that, Callum, is that Kwanzaa and Kanate, it's very rare that they link up together or that they are a partnership. And the last time that they were, it was a very bad performance for them.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's, give him his due. He come out today and said, this is my side. Because we do have to rest players.
Mm.
We do. What about dropping Szoboszlai, though?
Well, yeah, that's what I was suggesting. I think we should probably drop him for the Leipzig game and say, listen, if you're not at the races, we're going to drop you for the Arsenal game as well.
And this is a good point as well from Callum. After today, Robbo has to step it up because Saka won't let him off like Najuka.
Good point.
Wow.
Daryl has been a bit brave with that comment.
Oh, I know. He's just putting us up there. Yaros, Bradley, Kwanzaa, Gomez, Samikas, Endo, Jones, Trent, Diaz, Nunes, Salah. I think what he's depending on is the front three. I think he's depending on that.
I wouldn't have Jairus there.
No, certainly not.
And I think it's yeah, and Gomez. I maybe consider Gomez putting him on left back.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Bradley.
Yeah, and Enzo. Yeah, Enzo in the middle of those.
Yeah, Bradley. You could have it right back.
CIBR, there's another one. Jones was good today, but Dom and our full backs not doing enough.
Well, there was a few cases, as I said to you, that Trent looked a bit dodgy. That he was outpaced in some parts of the play, which I wasn't too happy with. I thought the further the game went on, I think from the 60th minute to probably the 70th or the 78th minute, I thought we were very sloppy, and there could be a chance for them to come into the game, and it wouldn't have been right if they did, but I think we gave them too much opportunity.
I think we gave them too much respect today.
Yeah.
And our pressure, especially in the first half, wasn't really good.
No, it was non-existent. Like I don't think we pressed as much as we would have.
No.
So that's something I noticed. I didn't even mention actually, but I did notice that we kind of sat back a little bit and allowed them play to us.
Yeah, we did. We allowed them.
Mm.
This is the point. Sure, we allowed them.
Yeah.
We allowed them to play the way they played. It wasn't that we were. I just don't like this business of patience. I really don't. I really do not like this thing of patient build up and all that. From the back, it worries me actually. I was like that a few times with Kelleher.
Yeah.
Get rid of it, get it up there. But he was rolling it. If you with the ball with his foot, he was rolling it.
Yeah.
And looking around who to pass it to. I just thought
he got caught fairly rapid there against Greece at international level. The second goal Greece scored was a mistake that Kelleher made. So, I'm not a big fan of, messing about at the back. I don't like it.
Wouldn't you think though someone would just say, listen, get shut. Just get shut of it.
I just think it's to try and maybe drag or pull them out a bit and find the space. But I just think it's very dangerous. You have to have a good back four and a good person behind the sticks to do it.
Well, there's Jay's 11. Kelleher, Semikas, Berge, Quansah, Trent. Diaz, McAllister, Jones, Gravenberg. So he's going for 4-4-2. And me and Mo up front.
That would be interesting. I don't know.
He's suffering from an hamstring as well.
Oh, sure. You probably more chance of getting on than Chiesa does anyway.
Well, Daryl's saying the reason I picked Yaros is Ali out. We can't lose Kelleher for Arsenal.
Well, what's the chances of us losing Kelleher?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a bit of a freak thing for McAllister or for Alisson to be injured with the sort of injury he has, and the fact that he's a goalkeeper, which would suggest that he is becoming more and more injury prone, which is why we've got, I'd say, Mohamed Ashvili. I can't see Kelleher being injured between now and unless it's on the training ground or whatever. I can't see him being injured between now and Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't wrap him up in bubble wrap just quite yet.
Okay. Callum says Tom, Salah, Enzo, Nunes didn't start at Arsenal last season and lost 3-1. In my opinion, Szoboszlai and Enzo would be a nice combo for physicality, but going off Slot's decision so far, it'll be Maka, Grav and Jones. This is what I mean. We've got no time, unfortunately, to rest players.
Yeah.
And they're the most difficult to replace, if you know what I mean, to give them a rest, because there's really not top quality in our midfield.
We haven't got the time and we haven't got the squad. We haven't got the quality squad to do that. And then if you're bringing in a new midfield all of a sudden, then they have to get used to each other, and some of them may not be 100% match fit or whatever. So that's a big risk.
It is a big risk. And as he says, Callum, or Szoboszlai in for Jones. Well, the way Jones played today, you can't drop him.
No.
And he's a fit lad. Unless when he did that somersault after being fouled, which wasn't given in the box, that penalty decision, that never went for us. He could be having some aches and pains because he seemed to bend. he seemed to bend and
Yeah.
to the floor. But that's, we just have to wait and see, to be honest, who he picks.
I think that's a good point, Frank. I think, that's probably why he was taken off, or maybe taken off because they're keeping him in mind for Wednesday or for Sunday, or both.
Yeah. But as Terrell said, thought Trent did well versus Neto. He did.
There was I think one incident that I remember where Neto got the ball and it literally left him for dust, and I was panicking.
Yeah.
But what I was worried about was when it was 1-1. They were going to put on some subs, and I thought, park the bus here. That's what I thought. They were going to park the bus and play for the draw. But thankfully, Jones got the winner.
What did you think of that goal?
Jones?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it. Yeah, no, it was a good goal. Yeah.
Just flicked it in.
Yeah.
Just flicked it over the goalie.
Yeah.
And he was on the deck as well. Cracking goal.
It was a good part from what I'm really, my memory's shocking.
I thought it was Nunes until I said he passed that. He gave him who was the assist, and he said Mo Salah.
There was a lovely pass from midfield, wasn't there? From our half. I'm trying to think. I'll have to see it again.
And as Jay says, don't leave me legs, Frank. I've got a head. Yeah, he's got a header of a ball as well. Callum says, it's sad, but I agree with you there, Sean and Frank. Enzo didn't perform in pre-season, but we miss a real cruncher sometimes in there. Yep. Yeah. That's why I've always said, just imagine having Mascherano in that midfield. What a player. What a player. And Darryl says, don't jinx it, Sean.
Don't jinx what? What was the jinxing?
Good run from Jones, but the fact Salah read it was unreal, says Callum. It's a good shout.
Now, I'm just after looking. Sorry, I'm after looking at the goal. Yeah, no, that was well taken. That was well taken. It was awkward, but well taken.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And you just see our players, they were made, especially Trent.
Yeah.
He was so made up, so delighted.
I think it was Mo that gave the assist, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mo, yeah.
So that's probably why he got man of the match from some people. Goal and assist.
Yeah, but then again, you've got Curtis Jones who got the penalty.
That's true, yeah.
Should have had 2 and scored.
That's true.
And I think it's nice that he did get it for the simple reason it'll give him a boost, as one of the lads said.
Yeah.
Let him go on from there. Let him get more man of the matches. Let him be great. The last time he had a game like that, I'll tell you who was against. It was in the Champions League against Porto. At Porto. He was brilliant, that game. And he was just like that today. Just like that.
He has the potential.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's there. It's in his locker. And I proved it today. But unfortunately, some inconsistency. No. I'm not saying he's inconsistent,
Yeah.
The inconsistent. Ah, fuck off.
Let's be bother.
Exactly. I'll be in confession next week. Don't worry. Be a good altar boy as it was, you know. I always remember my mum's neighbours saying, you know, mates. So you can imagine them, you know, young women about, you know, early 20s, and me a little lad, you know, late 20s, whatever it is. And I walks in like that because they had to get dressed in the house at the altar boy thing.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, we never went to, I forget what was happening. I think the priest house was being decorated or something. And yeah, I had to walk along to church, you know, dressed like that.
In the Sultan.
Oh, yeah, the old kit and caboodle. Yeah, little things on, you know. Anyway, I always remember the old girl's mate said, he'd make a lovely priest, Ange. He'd make a lovely priest.
My
a priest.
My father's mother, my grandmother, she said before I died that I'd make a bishop.
Oh, was you that old? Or you just looked old?
I don't know. I was what? Would I've been about maybe 12, I think, when she passed. So I don't know, but I certainly, thank God she was wrong.
Yeah, you haven't become a bishop anyway.
No, God, no.
So you couldn't. Never mind.
No.
Yeah, look, Jay says Ronaldo we've missed are never being replaced. So he was never underrated for me, to be honest, Jay. And no, we haven't replaced him.
Yeah.
Just get rid. I know you went on a free as well. Ridiculous. The wavelength, says Callum, on point you see a lot in football, not reading each other, but never here at LFC. The chemistry is unreal. I think Mo Salah's reading of the game is absolutely phenomenal.
Which is why we need to give that guy at least a three-year contract.
Yeah. But as I said, I think they'll get the contracts. We get no players in the January, and it'll just be the old adage, like 3 new signings.
Yeah.
I just...
They'll do the little promo videos that they always do, yeah.
Oh, there's the Ali the Noose. Hello, Ali. Glad you joined us. Bet your made up that we got the 3 points today. Hey, Ali, I hope you watched it. And Callum says, coincidence, soon as Jones and his, got announced having a baby, he was girlfriend, that is, announced having a baby, he was bad for months. Then she has the baby and played the best since the start of last season. Yeah.
And to add to that, the same weekend, didn't Slavosly get engaged to his missus? So,
yeah.
Who knows?
And Sarah goes on about jinxing. Don't jinx Carlyle not being injured Wednesday. No.
He's a fairly fit lad.
Yeah. So, Wednesday, we're at it again. And Ali the Noose says, a little tired. Brackets. Drunk.
Oh.
I went to a birthday mini party and I stepped on some bottles.
Stepped on or drunk some bottles?
Yeah, absolutely. Stepped on them and said, oh, one of these, and drank them then. Seeing that they were full, drank them. Well,
is it Ali Noosh's birthday or he went to someone else's birthday?
Yeah, I went to a birthday mini party. So it must have been someone else's.
He was gate crashing someone else's birthday because they had drinks. Oh God, calm! Don't do that.
He's laughing his head off. He's laughing. Look. Like a new skeleton injured 7 months. Gosh, Rich can't jinx him. I think Daryl's collapsed on his couch. He thinks that's real. I think that FSG would rather give the players a send-off on a free to give them a payday that they're not prepared to give after their incredible service to the club. They get a cheer and a picture and a shake hands off the wet fish.
Not even a shake hand. He'll wear those leather gloves morning, noon, or night. I mean, the guy is just a walking, talking
Zombie.
Corpse
Yeah,
zombie. And he has absolutely no emotions whatsoever in terms of that club. And if I hear someone talking about that stadium, I've just seen another thing, Frank, and I know I'm kind of talking a little bit off the subject a bit. I've just seen video footage of the Annie Road and the shocking state it's in, the mess that it's in. That's if anyone starts thanking FSG for that, you might want to have a take a look. It's horrendous.
Yeah,
and I don't know how they're going to fix it.
It's shocking.
Yeah,
they're a disgrace. The owners, the cheapest people in, they went bankrupt, and they were warned about the Fulham Stadium.
Yeah.
When Buckingham went into administration, they were warned all about that, but they got the cheapest option.
And isn't it funny how the Carlyle, who did the main stand, they're gone bankrupt as well.
And they were building our hospital at the same time.
Yeah. All right, Martin.
Go on.
No, I'm just saying, all right, Martin. There's me buddy Martin.
Oh, there he is there. Let's see. Our defence is no way near ready to let Verge leave, especially after the start of this. Yes, so we all agree with that. Yeah. And someone else missed the first star also. It was someone else's birthday, as you mentioned. And he missed the first start. Our defence is nowhere near ready to let the big bird. Yep. Again, and Martin. Sure knows me. Very lucky to have won that game tonight. Piss poor in midfield. There you go.
Yeah.
Very lucky, he says.
He sent me a text message. He says, "I'm turning this off. It's dreadful." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Keep it on. We might win." But there you go. Good old Martin.
And look, JC, I have a story about the Liverpool New Royal Hospital from a lad who worked on it. Yeah. I bet you there'd be some story said about the Anfield Road and.
Sure, there was a guy that got sacked for recording inside it. He was working and he got sacked.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, look. The lifts were not big enough to lift an hospital bed, to put a hospital bed in. How mad is that? And the idea, it's funny how we've got from this to that, from that to this. We can't build anything in this country anymore. And it's not just football stadiums, it's hospitals, reservoirs, railways.
Crazy, isn't it?
I couldn't agree with you more. To be honest, IBR. Adding to the Verge Salah signing in 2018 really set the tempo. Verge, Salah, Alisson are the real reason for them 9 trophies under Jurgen.
Jurgen being the appropriate word there as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say, well, FSG got us our first league in 30 years.
No, they never. No, they never. It's like they saved us. It's like they saved us, and look what they've done for us. That's what it is.
I'll tell you. Martin will jump on that, so he will. Martin, I know all of that been said. They saved us. They saved us. Oh, makes my blood boil.
This has made my blood boil here. Brian, I wonder if Arm will let the Dutch league in January for players. Maybe get Enzo back from Ajax for the last part of this.
Well, you see, I don't blame him for thinking that, because we'll more than likely would have got Hendo on the cheap. Do you know what I mean? But it's just under FSG. We're looking to skim corners and cut costs and bring Arthur Mello back or whatever. It's how we're programmed under this current ownership. And people can say, Sean, you're a one-trick pony. You're going on about these owners over everything and anything. But I mean, I call it how it is, and I call it how I see it. And if someone has a difference of opinion, they're more than welcome to talk to me about it. But I'm not surprised of that comment, because I'm sure we'd be looking at free agents and players that we could sign on a free as well, or get a player on loan. Get out Steve Colker to come back, a defender that we can play up front if needs be. Remember him?
Yeah, of course. And there's a cracking comment from Carl. FSG well underspent. 4 games off, 3 Champions Leagues and 3 Prems. That's where we fell down a bit, because they didn't invest.
Absolutely.
Under Klopp, not Klopp, bottling. FSG bottling.
It's not even FSG bottling it. It's FSG not been arsed to invest. That's exactly what it is. If you look at the season that we won the league, the first league in 30 years, we could have built on that success. And what we did was we didn't. And we ended up then having to put in central midfielders in our defence, because FSG wouldn't cough up the money, wouldn't allow us cough up the money. That's ridiculous.
Yep. Yep. And as Jay says, we could get Milner in 10 years for Halloween. He's a machine. Yeah. He's an AI. Yeah, I think I have, Sean. Yeah. Yeah, you're frozen. You've gone into that film mode. Frozen. There you are. I said that once. It came back and I went, huh?
Am I gone again?
Yeah. No, you haven't.
Yeah.
Ali the News says Milner is like wine. No, he did well. He did well, but okay, now I was glad he went. Be coming out with a Zimmer like me. Callum says 1920, 2021. We was 8th till the last 7 games of the season. How do you go from 1st to 8th for most of the part of the season? We didn't buy a replacement for Verge and Matip, or even another striker that season. Yeah.
Or Genie.
Yeah. It was shocking what we did. And that was the owners.
Yeah, and Lovren also left that season as well, if you remember.
Yeah. Lovren went. All of
So
a sudden,
we
he
didn't.
was gone, wasn't he? He was gone. And we were screaming out for, replacements. We were screaming out. I was screaming out for the midfielders. Still fucking screaming out for them. And that was 3 years ago. Still screaming out for them.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the Verge ACL season. Yeah, it
yeah,
was. And when you think who we had a low knee, famous low knee, right? We had Quebec and Nat Phillips, a centre back. Then something happened there. I think before they came in, we had Fabinho and Jordan Henderson as replacement centre backs.
yeah.
That's how bad it was.
We had Milner. If you remember, against Man City, we had
Yeah.
Milner at either left back or right back.
Yeah.
I mean, we're Liverpool Football Club, and because these owners didn't see this as necessary spending, whatever about, being like one of these oil companies or oil owners or state-owned owners, we didn't buy when necessary. And we had Milner in defence. We had Henderson in defence. We had Fabinho in defence. Shocking.
Yeah. It was. It was. But no one called them out over that. Nobody.
They wouldn't.
Nobody
And they
called
wouldn't.
them out.
They wouldn't. Because it's not the thing to do. I mean, if you call out these owners, you get those who are in the clique that will slate you, insult you, say go support a local team, go support Chelsea, go support City. The usual.
These are the people who've told me, to go and support someone else and call me plastic.
Yeah.
And yes, I go back to 65 and my first ever final. It was the FA Cup final when we won. Then, all the rest, going up into the 70s, in Rome, at Wembley, in Rome again, at Paris in 81. You see what I mean? I was there.
Yeah, but Frank, you were there out of your own money. Do you know what I mean? These guys are talking about, we go to matches. They go to matches on the exclusives and the perks they get from the club.
Yeah.
You mean to tell me that if you have a YouTube channel, you're going to get to the Champions League, you're going to see every home game and some away games because you're that amazing, or that you spend that amount of money? That's rubbish. And these guys don't have season tickets either.
No.
So, they can blow smoke up everybody's, what.
Backside,
These guys, like, the reason why they're getting to the games is because of the perks. That's it.
Yeah. I know a certain person who to play, and he was paid to put his own over in the Republic. And
say that again.
I know a certain person who wrote a play,
right,
and it was sent over there to Dublin to be performed in and around the Republic of Ireland. And then he was he never criticised anybody after that. But it's just one of those things,
Absolutely.
And they do buy it off. I do know that.
Yeah. I know too many. I know of too many incidents. I know of too many people that have been bought off, and talking to yourself, Frank, as well. I mean, and I've seen myself when I was YouTubing the sort of carry on that went on. and no one that covers Liverpool or has that sort of platform should ever shut anyone down for a difference of opinion. If you're calling out the players, or if you're being critical or nasty or throwing abuse at the players or the manager, absolutely you should be called out on that, because that's not the way it should be. But if you're calling out the owners and saying the owners should be doing more, should be investing, not investing more, but actually investing, then there's something not right. Something not right.
I think Callum here, December 2020, Liverpool top 10 points ahead of City. 3 months later, March 2021, Liverpool 8th, City 15 points clear, and City were 14 points behind in 12th. That says everything about the owners. Callum says in November that year, absolutely. Them guys, what you're on about, just film the game. There's no singing or passion from them, just pure show off.
Well, these would be the very ones that would take pictures of other fans, record with their camera phone and what have you, and saying that there's no atmosphere because of the day trippers, or the out of towners as they call them.
Well, I'll just read this out by Jet. We are the mighty Reds. Big up the chat. I'm telling you, Slot will carry on winning just like Shanks laid the plan. Let's hope he does. Now, the Red Juice says, I wonder if FSG told Slot before he signed, don't expect us to pay big bucks for the player. I know he was told that. Yep. And, you won't have any say in who comes in. He had no say.
Well, that's why the second interview, they obviously had a private interview, or a private press conference, should I say, or a private interview with Arne Slot, welcome him to the club and what have you. And then the second one was him and Richard Hughes. So they really pointed out that Richard Hughes was the guy that's going to make the decisions, and we have to welcome him to the club as well. But
It's not fuck all.
He's done nothing.
Absolutely nothing whatsoever.
Nothing. But David Ornstein still plugs on this, everyone that I've spoken to that is in, that clique, in that world, or in the know, from, sporting directors from other clubs, all take their hat off to him. Why? Why are you telling us this? Because you're trying to force that down our necks. Yeah. He's done nothing.
Absolutely nothing. And you know what? When these three sign, who's going to get all the praise? When the big bears, he's going to get all the fucking praise.
But is he going to get the praise then when the other players that run into their last 12 months don't sign?
Well, they're making the excuses, haven't they? They started making the excuses a few months back when they were. I never forget what he said about signings. This is before the start of the season, and I went. I swore, I did swear actually, and I didn't half swear when he went. We're looking for opportunistic. And when we signed Chiesa, he said, there's your opportunistic. 10 million. Injury prone player.
Absolutely.
Then she says, Callum, is he pressing me? We won't be happy. It's great, isn't it? He just says, just FSG talk. I'm buzzing. I'm buzzing, lad. And as the column says, when I'm talking about FSG, I'm just exposing their antics by our drop-offs. Absolutely, lad. Absolutely. You're so right. And he carries on by saying, Red you. Callum, I know you're happy, lads. Once a Reds, always a Reds, except from those plastic fans in our fan base. Yep. Plastic fans. I'm glad we're the only ones who never
Are we plastic fans because we give out with the owners? I don't know.
Exactly. But, yeah, we're here. Yeah, we should be supporting other clubs, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're plastic. You know, according to some fans. Look what they've done for us. that gets me. Look what they've done. They saved us.
Oh, man.
The Mighty Reds, 97. Good evening, gents. My goodness, that ref should not be officiating the Premier. Oh, he was murdered on here, Mighty Reds, 97.
Brandon, you are on the money, my friend. You are on the money.
Jeez, should have heard them. Oh. And Ali, Americans are not into football, just into money, yeah. Liverpool FC is a great business for FSG. Jeez, I'm smashed. Thanks, Frank. Thanks to Frank. Oh, no, he brought me shopping today. I needed something in. And he came down and helped me, you know.
Fair play.
And I know he likes, a certain brand of beer.
Oh.
And I got him a case. I said, yeah. He said, watch the match with them. There you go. So he's happy. He's happy. And he got his wife one of those big brown tins of chocolates, you know. So give that to Joanne. Nice lady. Anyway, Reggie says, Mighty Reds, not only do we have to play against the opposition, we have to play against the corrupt officials.
Absolutely.
I know.
And VAR could very well work, but once you have corrupt people running VAR, it'll never work.
No. Look, I'll be watching it again tonight. I won't watch Match of the Day. I don't watch BBC at all. Which I should, just man. But I will watch the game. I'll watch the little highlights. I'll watch those penalty shouts. And if that wasn't a penalty on Curtis Jones, he's somersaulted. He could have broke his fucking back.
Absolutely. But I mean, how you can say, well, he got the ball first, but if the follow through then does that to the player, that is a penalty.
Yep.
That's a penalty.
Well, Jay pointed out, he said, watch it again. It goes through the legs.
Yeah.
He pushed it. I know he put it through the legs of him. And it's just his calf.
If you remember McAllister, do you remember McAllister's red card last season, the start of last season?
Yeah.
His foot slipped off the top of the ball and showed the studs and got the player. And he was. It
was like Curtis Jones. Remember last season?
Yeah.
When he was. Yeah, last season when he was sent off.
Yeah.
It was shocking.
Yeah.
I think that. Reggie says, Ali news, the Yanks are leeches, young ass art, Frank will know the tune. Yeah. Well, I'm not singing as Red. I'm not singing it, mate. Abdul Rahim, not a great name. Abdul Rahim. Hello, Frank, chat, and special guest. Justice for 97. and FSG out. That's a good
I like
start.
them
First step, first sentence, and FSG out. By the way, it's called football. Americans are driven by money and don't care about the passion of the club. You never walk alone. Couldn't have put it better myself.
Amazing comment.
It is, isn't it?
Is Abdul new to the channel?
I think he's popped in once or
Yeah.
twice, is Abdul. I think so. I'm not quite so sure. But thank you. If you haven't subscribed, Abdul, can you subscribe to the channel? Algorithm up there. And press a like as well.
Press that like button and share the hell out of the thing.
The Reds, I don't watch any mainstream media. Haven't since I woke up about 9 years ago. I haven't watched it. I know that you might think I haven't read a newspaper since I think it was around the 16th or 17th of April 1989. And you know what I mean. Won't read it. Won't read them. Liars the lot. Harry, let's on to him as well. Hi, Abdul. I think Abdul's been looking at us and going, I'm going to put a little comment in here. Jay says, I must have had Frankie Crease and Foster's to avoid a neck injury. Oh, do you know what? He didn't half-fault me, I can't carry anything. And he carried me shopping as well. So, he helped me. Didn't half-fault me. Great lad. Callum says, a fan will run on the pitch one day and sort the refs out. Maybe a bit of alliteration. Bash, bosh, douche, smash, revs. Yeah, the use of alliteration. I always remember, I'm going back years and years ago, and I was in university, and I was talking to this great lecturer, cracking fella. I always remember him, and he was young as well. I think he was young. He had black hair anyway, or brown hair, whatever. Was it grey? I think he was the only fella with coloured hair, if you know what I mean, colour in his hair. And I said, you're always going on about alliteration. Oh no, what did I say? Well, what's the point of alliteration? I said, where'd you find it? And he said, have a look at the telephone directory. It's full of alliteration. The alphabet, they go in alphabetical order. And that was a brilliant answer to me. Where'd you find alliteration? And there's bash, bosh, boosh, douche. That's the use of alliteration.
Well, the refs certainly need to be held accountable for some of the decisions they've made last season, this season, probably next season as well.
And yeah, I never watched the television. And the BBC are just a propaganda. Well, they are just a propaganda tool, to be honest. They've always have been, always will be.
Well, they are. It's the same with RTE, which is an Irish channel. They have spoken out, or they've made a rather nasty joke about one of the opposition parties, and there is a possibility of a general election in November or before the end of the year in this country, which is going to be massive. But the fact that a media organization like RTE, our main broadcaster, is, let's say, picking on the opposition party, that are probably the only ones that have a chance of forming a government, it is just disgraceful, absolutely disgraceful. And the reason why the RTE are very biased and one-sided is that they're getting a bailout from the government.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
sellouts a lot of it.
Litchy, you know. Do you know me nose? It goes all litchy, and you know,
Someone's talking about you. Is that what that means, isn't it? When your nose is itchy?
yeah, you know. So, if your right ear is hot, someone's talking about you as well. And it's all
Exactly.
lives tales, you know. Like
Yeah.
if your left hand's itchy, you know, the palm of your hands, you know, you're getting money. Fucking hell, I've never had any. So easy.
I've never. I'll start wishing me left palm to be itchy now.
Yeah, the palm of your hand, that is. As the IBR says, it's just a propaganda tool. Of course it is. Of course it is. Don't forget to smash the likes, peeps, and give our Frank a sub if you haven't already. Says the Red Jew. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks, Red, honestly. I really appreciate it. Sean, I was filming myself during the game and decided to eat my dinner and look like an idiot with chicken in my mouth when Jackson scored. Lesson learned.
I've done that a couple of times, Brandon. Done that a couple of times.
The only time a television thing ever went on me, you know, and I mean, it just went on me, was I go back to the 70s and a left back by the name of Alec Lindsay playing left back. I think Alec was a bit of a psycho, to be honest. And, you know, he had them eyes, you know, those eyes. And they would always, I think I've said this before, they would always, forever, he was taking short corners. And I was always fucking cleared. And and I was in the Annie Road end with a couple of mates. And the next, you know, he was taking a short corner and he has his hands on the ball and he was looking, you know, bent over, looking around to see who was coming down, you know, for another short corner. And I went, get the fucking ball over, you fucking toe. And he looked up like that, and a little circle there. And he went, it was him. Oh, my mate said it was him. I went, get it out.
You're like,
Look on it. And I was on the telly the next day. He was showing it, you know, honestly, he shows it. Grenades are there, you know, football in the afternoon. It's terrible. That's why I'm not liked. I haven't read a paper, I read you. But I'd like Adidas kit to be like a famous three. I call them 85, 86 plain red, the white and yellow pair kit. Yes. I love the white kit and the black shorts. And I'd white socks or white socks or red shorts. Red socks. Fucking hell, you try saying that after drinking this. But yeah, you know, I love the all black kit. Remember, was it last season before? It was a cracking kit.
I never got the whole blacked out kits. You know, the special ones where they blacked out everything. I've never understood that.
Yeah. Yeah, look, Jota's ribs are in Frank's fridge, says yeah. What a win. Hope Jota recovers well. He brought me ribs down. He said, I brought you these down. And I said, I'm putting these in the freezer. You know those...
Portuguese ribs?
Oh, love them. No, but I've got to cook them myself. You know, we boil them. And he said, do you want some cabbage? I said, I don't want cabbage. Anyway, he's brought me them down. I'll do them on Wednesday. Love them. I haven't had them for yonks, to be honest. The Red Jew. IBR apathetic leaders are trying to bring in a law stopping you from silent prayer in public. Let's see if this applies to those who bent over chanting loudly, I doubt. You're right. I think it's wrong. You're right. You're so right. But unfortunately, what happens, Red you, is you're called out for it. You're called out for it. And when you see things, I do. I'm a great observer, to be honest, always observed. And always taking notice of what people say. I have to. It was my profession. And if you say something which someone will deem, especially against these woke people, if a woke person heard you, you'd be called out. And the point is now, you could go to prison for just saying, hang on a minute, why can't we? It's always, I'm not getting into a slang match or anything, but when people say, we've got, like me, I say this, now I'll say it again, we've got this here, we've got that, little Zoe's place, right? I will advertise that as much as I can. I will buy T-shirts, by the way. And when we look at this, and when I see, cheeky bastard, I've just seen this. Fucking observing now, he's just nosy, pissed off. But when I see money going to different countries, and I'm talking fucking billions to 2 countries, billions in cash and billions in arms to 2 countries, whom I'm totally against anyway, totally, because of the propaganda. Right? Well, there's 4.5 million children below the poverty line. While Zoe's place is fucking shutting down. A hospice for babies, little kids, mothers and fathers crying, aunties and uncles and grandparents crying, seeing their little ones suffer. And if you can't say anything like that and get told to shut up by all these,
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I mean that's if I'm right, that's in Southport, isn't it? Zoe's place. Yeah.
But do you know what though? I was listening to something today, and it was on LFC TV. And I was sitting there like that, and there was a girl, stop that, stop racism and all. Well, we all know about that. Yeah, great. And this charity, what's being here, you can sign up for it, and there's going to be a shirt, signed and that. And in one of her little comments, she said, he had a Ukrainian brought over. She came over, now she's made a life for herself after opening her own business. And I'm going, fuck's sake.
Well, I mean, in this country, like they were going to pass a hate law, which, okay, that's fine if you're making sure that no one is hating on anyone or whatever, but they couldn't actually tell you what would be deemed as hate.
Yeah.
Like if you, it was getting like if you protested against the government, if you said anything about the government, that was almost deemed as hate.
Yeah.
And they had to knock it on the head. Going back to Zoe's place, Ireland have a children's hospital that was meant to be built about 4 years ago. That's costing billions of taxpayers' money, and they haven't. it's now been put back again, and they reckon that we'll probably see children go into the hospital in 2027.
Yeah.
The thing is, the Irish government have also brought in Ukrainian babies who have been massively affected in the war, and that's all well and good, but when you can't guarantee them the treatment that they deserve, no more than you can guarantee the children that are living in our country at the moment the treatment that they deserve, then you have a government that are lying to everyone. And that's not racism on my part for saying that. That's saying we're all been lied to. I know we're kind of getting off the point, but to me, like when I saw Zoe's place, I know that's in Southport. I have a sister over there, and she has a daughter, and the thought of her being affected or anybody being affected, it's horrible. It's horrible to even think of it.
Well, that's what I mean about countries being given billions, and I'm talking billions. I'm talking, it's like what Jay says, Zoe's place is looking after the dying babies, please share whoever you are. And, you know, I could, you and I could be called out for it. Even the chat could be called out for it, to be honest. Simply
you've got to be careful.
We care. We care. We do care. We do care about the girl coming over from Ukraine. We do care. But, you know, fucking Zoe's place wasn't mentioned with this girl.
And I mean, there are young children that are on a waiting list in Ireland for major surgery on their spines.
Oh.
And that's been put back, that's been put back, that's been put back. And it's very sad to see that. I know this is a football chat and whatever, but I think it's
oh, it should come up.
It's not out of context when we're talking about Zoe's place. But it's just so sad. I mean, and I don't care about anyone's nationality. I think everyone should be treated and get medical treatment when needed. That's it's irrelevant to me what nationality they're from.
I'm in constant pain.
Yeah,
I've been waiting. You know, I've been waiting for yonks. Really, that's all I can say, for a very, 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 very long time to get my pain sorted out. And I can't, as I said to you before, I can't lift anything. The pain is excruciating in my arms, from my elbow to my wrist on both arms. And it's awful. Now, I've been waiting for physio as well. And I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting to see a neurologist. And it's shocking, the amount of, and I know why I haven't seen these people. If I say, oh, I haven't seen them because I'm not a priority, but other people are. And that's shocking. So I can't voice why I can't see them. The people who are looking after me, if you know what I mean. Because I think I've gone from being a priority to, you go down the bottom of the list.
There was a saying, or there was a guy on a late talk show in Ireland. I'm sure you probably heard of the late show, and he was talking about the political artistry of this government is to have you and everyone else looking at what this person gets and what that person gets, but you're not looking at where the focus of the blame is, that being the government, not being, the person that claims welfare on this or whatever. It's the government, it's the people from the top that are screwing these countries, are screwing people. And it's, as I said, it's so sad to even read about Zoe's place, but also, it kind of hits home a lot because there are young kids trying to get into hospital beds in Ireland, and we have one of the most expensive, most expensive children's hospital in the world, and it's not going to be ready for any child until 2027.
There you go. And Callum says the government needs to look after the British citizens before bringing in Ukrainians. We aren't a house. You just squat in and stay. That's it. They do.
Well, I think this is where kind of a lot of people went for Brexit on the promise that this would help the British people.
It's amazing.
You were fucking, pardon my language, lied to left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Lied to left, right, and centre.
Well, I was a Remainer, and when I've seen the likes of van der Leyen, Ursula von der Leyen, she's called Ursula von der Leyen now.
Yeah.
Comes onto her, and what she's doing to Europe, but it's mainly her and the Americans. It's not you, me, the chat, or the ordinary citizens of France. But Scholz came out, the German Chancellor, and their industry has collapsed. And it's going over to America because the Nord Stream was blown up. And it was blown up by the Americans. It was blown up by them, right? And they tried to blame Russia first. Then they went, Anyway, then they tried to blame, then they were blaming everybody else. Then they were blaming Ukrainians themselves. So, but who does fucking Scholz blame today or yesterday? He blamed the Russians for their demise.
Oh, yeah.
How can you?
As long as you're not blaming them,
they
don't care. They do not care.
Of course not. And this is the problem. And the Americans have got everyone down, including this country and mine, down like that. You do as we say, or else.
Well, Frank, I have never seen Ireland in as bad a place as it is now. Never, ever have I seen it. And it's quite depressing. I don't know where we come back from this or how we come back from it. I really don't. It's the basic of rights people don't have anymore. It's not a right.
No. And God love the staff, CA of Zoe's place, who have been told they're losing their jobs. Just take 1 second and think.
Absolutely.
And
that's why I sent that on to you, Frank, because I thought, if you do a GoFundMe, a percentage of that goes to GoFundMe. Not all of it goes to the actual charity itself.
No.
So, Scouts Republic, all of the proceeds go to, to Zoe's place. So get on to that, guys.
Yeah. We will, don't worry about that. And Brian says, nothing comes before Zoe's place or anything to do with children, not even football, lads. Bless all those children and family and all those brilliant workers, NHS workers.
The thing is, if Zoe's place goes, it's uprooting a lot of families and their kids. And where do you put them then? I mean, that's where the problem is.
And as the Red says, illegal aliens get in the house doctor on call, yet our own citizens get put back to the end of the queue. Make it make sense. For fuck's sake, that's what he says. And IBR, Ursula von der Looney, yes. Do you know her grandparents? I don't know whether it was a dad or a granddad. He owns a newspaper. And do you know what it printed? The Nazi propaganda in World War II.
Why am I not surprised?
A well-known politician here in Ireland was recorded with loyalties, telling them lies, and they should start killing again. Shocking. That's what it meant to be running a country, for fuck's sake. Yeah.
In Northern Ireland, with recorded with loyalists.
Yeah.
I to be honest with you, I stay away from.
Yeah, I do myself. Because.
Yeah.
I remember don't forget I'm a lecturer.
Yeah.
And I was in this, and I was taught. I'll give you two good examples of something. I was talking about Dunkirk, and I said it was one of the most humiliating defeats in British military history. And these sure women. My dad was there. How dare you say that? Right? And you know me about Ireland. I've given thousands of lectures about it. And then I had to give something about the troubles that was going on at the time. And you had two groups of people. And one said, you're slanting towards the Catholics. Yeah? Now, I don't care what anyone says. I balance things out. Even in today's troubles, like what's going on in Europe, right? And the Middle East, I balance it out. And the point is, when I was, so I took no notice of that. As I said, think what you like. And then I was carrying on. But then the other group went like that. You're balancing it. You're slanting towards the Protestants. Couldn't win. Yeah, I'm just saying, because they're not thinking logically. They're not seeing the bigger picture.
No.
And I said, okay, you said there, I'm slanting towards the Catholic. You're saying that. So where's our stand? Who do you think? Where's our stand? Until this our fella, nice man, he just turned around and said, well, you don't support any of them. You're just giving it the way it is.
Yeah.
I said, thank you.
Yeah. And I mean, a common question that is always asked of me, and especially by Americans, are you Catholic? Are you a Catholic?
Sure, no, you're lagging, bro. You're not lagging, are you?
I don't know. I was a bit, I think.
No. Callum, these people on the boat are coming in for a holiday. These asylums. At least if you bring people in, bring people what make your economy better.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you bring it, yeah, of course. The staff at Zoe's place are more about their patients than their wage. Great comment. There's a UN document that lays out the mass immigration into Western nations to destroy the nation state back in 2000. I'm going to tell you something. The Americans, how can I say this? Well, this is all a seed. This has been going on. This seed's been going on for years. Get into the Middle East. Let's destabilize the Middle East. Destabilize it. They'll be on the march. And they'll be on the march through Europe. That was their seed. Because they did destabilize the Middle East. And where's all the immigrants? They're all here. They're all not here in this country, but they're all over Europe. Everywhere in Europe. And they're made up, the Americans. Not many in America, is there? But they've opened their borders. The Democrats have opened their borders, and anyone's going in illegally. And there's murder over it. And Joe Biden is more, and Kamala Harris is more interested in Mr. Zelensky and Mr. Netanyahu.
I will say one thing, and I'll probably say no more on it. But I think when the U.S. Senate stands up and applauds Benjamin Netanyahu after him saying, "If you give us the tools, we'll finish the job sooner," I think if
they gave him 51, was it, or more, or was it 71 standing ovations?
If he is a war criminal, they are complicit.
Of course,
that's all I'd say on.
Of course, they are.
All I would say on it.
Complicit. So is this country complicit in all this?
Yeah.
And nobody will be held accountable. Nobody, none of them. And it's shocking. It's shocking. And it's all for the greed of the big complexes of the arms industry. I blame all the woke BS do-gooders with all their signs, refugees welcome. The worst are the white do-gooders who are not from the north. They don't allow illegals in their counties. I wonder why. I always remember going back to when Story was our leader of the council, and where was it? Rochester phoned him up and said, "Will you accept 2,000 illegals?" I'm sorry, not 2,000 illegals, 2,000 migrants. And he said, "Yeah." In Liverpool, from Rochester, in Kent, nice little white town. What's going back though?
Well,
Jesus is king. Reggie, I'm a man of colour, and people think it's really to do with colour. If they are illegal, they are illegal. Absolutely. Absolutely. But see, we have to be afraid in case we get called racist. I got called a racist by... I made a comment on someone's post, and it was a fella, Middle Eastern lad, standing there with his baby on a beach, and the baby was all limp like this. And I thought whether the child was dead or not. And they just crossed in the boat. And all as I said was, he should be ashamed of himself bringing his child over dangerous waters. I wouldn't do that as a dad. I wouldn't do that. That's what I said. And I was called a racist.
I think it's just a case of just, society nowadays and social media and the cancel culture. If you say something, and I don't even think people think twice, if they see something that they believe other people will deem as inappropriate or not politically correct, they'll jump on the bandwagon. It's it's like that in football and opinions on football too. It's people will jump on the bandwagon. If you say anything about the owners, you're a plastic. If you say anything about what's going on, you're a racist. So it's you got to. It's so difficult. I mean, to me, I don't even recognise Dublin in particular. I don't recognise Dublin anymore. I mean, people are saying it's a great city, amazing city. It's this, it's that. And when I'm waiting for a Lewis, which is like a tram in Ireland, and I see the amount of people homeless, I don't look at nationality off them. I'm just very sad by it. And, that's it. It does, I don't look at anything else other than it's just so sad. And there's more and more of that happening, and more deaths and more suicides. And, then you've also got these charities that are people volunteering their time to try and do what's best, do what the government should be doing, as you've said so many times, Frank. And they're not doing it. The government aren't doing it. The government aren't helping enough. And it's quite scary nowadays. It's quite scary.
It is scary, and it's just, and it's look, when people vote a person in, whether he's a leader, whether he's a member, the parliament or whatever, they're there to look after you, not to abuse you. And unfortunately, citizens in this country are being abused at every turn. And that's what it's all about. It's shocking. It's shocking to the core. And you can't say nothing about anything. And as the Red says there, people forget one asylum seekers when got citizenship. When get the citizenship is allowed to bring family members over, parents, aunties, uncles, and anyone they say is family member. And that's one of the things about it all. But unfortunately, the brainwashed sheeple think everything is going to do with everything is to do with race, and it's not. Not
well, it's very hard as an Irish person to get over to England and to get the rights that everyone else has. I mean, and that's as, let me see, 10 or 15 years, maybe more, where they had to be about 3 or 4 years in the country before they got like a bank statement. So it's, or a bank account, should I say. So there's definitely one rule for one and another for another. So it's, I don't know.
There's no answer, is there? There's no, we do voice our concerns. It's like what Ali Nush says, Romanian. And he's in Romania now. Truth became a taboo thing. God, absolutely.
Well, it's the truth is now on the fringe, and as I don't want to sound anything like Donald Trump, but fake news and conspiracy theory. Well, fake news is now mainstream. Misinformation is mainstream, and it's just sifting through all of that rubbish to actually find the truth. And when you have your own government lying to you, it's shocking. And then when you're told that you can't question these things, that's even more shocking,
Well, Reggie, I don't know what he's talking about here. And he says, the kid didn't die. I saw a video someone took on their phone of the child walking on his own when the media stopped filming, but it was struck down soon after. But I saw it, Frank. Now, I don't know what he saw. Maybe it's in Gaza. Most probably.
Is that the one? I think it's regarding the thing that you saw, that you commented on, and you were told you were a racist.
Oh, right. Okay. When at first, but when he said it was a he, I thought it was the little princess who was dressed in a frozen thing, That killed me. That killed me.
Oh yeah, of course.
A little girl, 2, 3 years of age, just walking aimlessly with her arms out. It's fucking shocking. Kill me that time I think about it. The vlogs. Oh wow, Frank! I've never shouted at the TV so much as in today's game. That ref just wouldn't let a passionate and emotional game flow. You couldn't use your strength, or he would blow for a foul. Joke. I think Brian's leaving. See you later, Brian. You look after yourself.
See you later, Brian.
Oh, kids on the beach with the dad. Thank you. Yeah, I made up. Fuck's sake! Then the yellow cards after yellow cards, and you wonder why we get wound up with the decisions and expect you to be professional, inverted commas, in your reaction. And then the
myth of, Liverpool to make out that Liverpool depend on VAR to make decisions. Rubbish.
Yeah. And sorry, Sean, if you're not lagging.
I think I've been lagging up and down a couple of times.
Yeah, same as me. About an hour into it, I was like, myself.
Yeah.
Callum says, Frank White and brown people. Yeah, Frank. White and brown. I thought he was saying Frank White from Guernsey or something. Should have put a comma after Frank there. Anyway, Frank, white and brown people getting killed on a daily and can be racially abused. Why it's all about one race in 2024, only getting abused. Powerful, that. Absolutely. That's okay, buddy. Connection as bad as the at the moment. That's you. That's Sean.
That's me.
Frank, you are a legend. Oops, legend. That's okay. Someone said to me, it was on Wednesday. He said, just stop me. And he said to us, this is Frank, legend, famous. And the girl looked at me, or his wife looked at me, and went, yeah. I said, yeah. I said, take no notice of him. I said, if I was a legend and famous, I'd have a big pretty thing on my arm. The lads was in a Liverpool support. And he said, what do you mean? I said, have you seen the kid at that Ireland? I said, have you seen his girlfriend? Blimey. So I said to her, I'm not famous. I'm not a legend.
I are. Absolutely.
And the vlog said, what's that about the child, Frank? Sorry, I only managed to get being on sort of it. I was just called a racist because I mentioned it on a post about if I was a person on one of those dinghies and he crossed dangerous waters and whatever. I said I wouldn't bring my child, a baby like that, across the water being a dad. Being a dad, there's no way I'd put my baby in danger, my child in danger. That's what I said, but I was called a racist.
It makes you think, though, what sort of danger were they trying to escape from, though? That's one thing that one way I would look at it, but God knows. Well,
I'm going to end on these last two. The Wales is anti-white and anti-Christian and anti-straight, it seems. Well, you've only got woke, if you know what I mean. But anyway,
I wouldn't go that far anti-Jew. I just say it's social media is anti-social media, the misinformation is on the mainstream, the truth is on the fringe, and we have governments that only think with pockets and don't represent the people. And I think, if anything, if you could sum up this generation or the world today, it's anti-common sense. And I think I don't think it regardless of religion or regardless of color, you know, it's maybe there's lack of belief in religion or whatever for people. I don't know.
There isn't. There's no leeway anymore. You can't say anything because freedom of speech is gone. Freedom of speech is gone. I look at different streams on. I just look at different streams, put it that way. I've seen what's going on in Gaza, and the things there are sickening.
Yeah.
You know,
well,
I get choked up every time. I'm thinking, it's like Hillsborough. After Hillsborough, I could never sing "You'll Never Walk Alone." I haven't sang it since 1989. I can't sing it in the ground. I can't sing it because I just fill up. I fill up, and what's in front of me, it used to be 96, now it's 97. That's all that I see. And those good people, those good Reds, no longer with us, and we're fighting justice still. Right? And that's what I see when I see when "You Never Walk Alone" being plastered out. And it's just like now, I can't say anything about, you can't criticize Israel for some reason. You can't criticize them. And yet they're committing genocide, systematic genocide. Do you want to go? You want to take all the Middle East, you know?
Oh, I know that. And I mean, as you probably have seen on my Facebook, I'm very vocal on that. I've fallen out with relations let's say relations of relations that would have difference of opinion and whatnot. But to me, it's very black and white. And if someone is basing their stance on Israel, Palestine based on religion, I think they've lost the very meaning of religion. I think, you know, my attitude on religion is right is right and wrong is wrong. And if you look at that and say, free the hostages, but don't talk about the atrocities that are happening on the Gaza Strip and Lebanon, I think there's something seriously wrong with you.
Of course there is. Of course there is.
You know, I can't sit back. I just can't. I get very affected by seeing some of the stuff there, and
you do. Oh, it kills me.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
That's why, you know, I have a pod about you know, the not social issues but current affairs. I go out and we talk about the likes of Ukraine and the Middle East and what's going on, and it's shocking. It really is. And we just had it on our football show. But anyway,
yeah,
I'll have to go. I really do.
I have to go myself because as Sideline says, I've been sitting the same spot for 3 hours.
Same with me.
Oh God.
And you know, at least someone agrees with me there. I can't sing it, and if I do, tears. That's "You Never Walk Alone." Yeah. But anyway, Shauno, mille grazie, as the Italians say. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on the show, and appreciate all the lovely comments.
see you on Tuesday, hopefully, with George.
Yeah, absolutely. I should have my book by then, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Get lost, Frank and Shano. We've had enough.
Callum says, anyway, lads, big effing 3-pointer today. Not at best either. Yeah. Get lost, Frank and Shano. We've had enough. The IBR. Fantastic show, guys. And walk the dog, Sean.
The dogs are in bed.
And the
sidelines just come back.
Just come back when we're going now.
Oh God, sideline. We got all political and everything.
Oh, that's lovely. That. And enjoy the rest of your evening, God. That's great
stuff.
The Red Jew. Do you know what I can't? That's nice, isn't it? Thank you for your gifts there. Thank you. Red Jew, what a legend. Frank and Sean, stop squatting on my phone. Yeah, we'll stop it now. Sean, thank you so much. Hope to see you on Tuesday.
Yeah, looking forward to it, Frank, already.
And if any of you are interested in the history show tomorrow night, it'll be a good one. We're talking about artists, which is good. And it'll surprise you. It really will. And thank you so much for keeping us company tonight. Up the Reds, 3 more points. Still top of the league. Still top of the league. Thank you so much, boys. Thank you. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
See you later.